We've had some amazing testimonials already. For those who are new to Michael Anthony, please, just for a moment, give yourself at least 3 minutes to listen to what Anthony is about to tell you about this piece and why it has proven to be so special in so many, how many, tens of thousands of people's lives.
It's a one of a kind.
Yeah.
And it's something that I've had the pleasure of selling for the last 19 years, or actually 20 years now, because it was in 1999 when I was offered the opportunity from the family that received these stones from the Church of the Nativity. And this stone is documented to have come within 20 feet. It was the walls of the cave where Jesus was born. And they never sell those stones because a man by the name of Stanley Slotkin had done the church so many favors. When he broached them with the idea of using these stones to raise money for charity, they welcomed the idea and they gave him the stones, which was a miracle in itself. But look how many people we've made happy in the last 20 years. And I know while he was alive in the early 70s, he used to sell bigger pieces of the stones and use them at charity events to raise money. You know, and they're in, like, you know, little glass cases that say where the stone came from. We have documentation. There's an envelope that we have that's a certificate that authenticates when this stone was removed. It's like a miniature affidavit that was signed by the mayor of Bethlehem and the priest at the time who witnessed the stones coming out. The Vatican made this stone, the Jubilee stone, in the year 2000. That means that the entire Cardinal of Bishops had to look at the evidence that they had in front of them and either say, yes, we believe that that evidence is correct and that's where these stones came from, or there's not enough evidence here, we don't want to recognize it. And they ultimately recognized it as the Jubilee stone. So I've had the pleasure of presenting this to you. If you read the testimonials, you'll see people, like we got a call today from Shirley when she was diagnosed with cancer.
Or Frida.
Frida. And when she received the piece, I have that same bracelet on my wrist. When she received the cross, she was then diagnosed with, obviously I'm not telling you that the cross will do that, but it's such a testament to your faith.
Yes.
And it's such a comforting feeling when you wear it, and it'll make you feel like nothing you've ever owned before. And for people who will never see the Church of the Nativity like I have and be in the presence of that room.
I've asked you this on the air before. Like, what is
It's electrifying.
I can't imagine. In fact,
electrifying.
Oh, we haven't seen this in a while.
You're going to actually see first the cave. See, that's the type cave that Jesus was born in. And the interior of that cave was only like 20 by 20. They used to herd the sheep in there at night to protect them. And then there's the Church of the Nativity that was built on the location. So from day one, they started making pilgrimage, so they know that was the spot. Mm-hmm. And then they had to open it up, because look, you're still going through the stone. This is the actual spot in the cave. It's marked by a 14-point star. That 14-point star is on every cross and every bracelet. And that is the 14 stations of the cross. Mm-hmm. The stone is set inside, and this affidavit verifies that every stone has always been in their possession, and that they witnessed the stones coming out from that location, and they've distributed them for the last 20 years.
And we used to say a certain line, like, this is like the closest experience, right? You can imagine to be close to Jesus, because that's...
It's like nothing, you can't buy anything. You know, even if you bought, you know, look how beautiful.
I don't even think I just mentioned this. It reminds me of a relic. I always say that it's two-tone, but it comes with the necklace. The 18-inch necklace has a 2-inch extender, and the bracelet is under the same item number. Yep. And we have 2 lengths in that bracelet. It's 7.5-inch, or we have the 8-inch available for you.
They're both adjustable. If you're a man, you buy the 8-inch one, or if you have a big wrist. but each one of those can be adjusted down. I actually have the 7.5 inch on, and then the last link, it fits me perfect. But if you had only a 5-inch wrist, the lobster claw is such that you can just move it down. You could add other charms to that bracelet. Again, I've been wearing mine for 5 years.
And you don't take it off, right?
I don't take it. I better take off the sample that I have on my wrist.
Oh, but you wear, you shower in it and everything?
Everything, swim in it.
So we should talk about stainless too, if you're not familiar with that. I mean, this has been, I call it like the magic metal, because honestly, it's like
for every jeweler's dream.
It really is. It's like the durability, you can't really harm it whatsoever.
Yeah.
The coloring looks like platinum. It's great for sensitive skins. I mean, everything you could think of. It's just,
and on the reverse
perfect.
side of the bracelet, it's your own little personal message says, love God. So it's beautifully done. What I was so shocked is how comfortable it is.
Look at, well, here, that's a great,
it actually
look at that
curves. And that, when I put it on 5 years ago, I said, nah, let me just, I said I wanted to wear one. Because I like to test stuff and see how but never in my wildest dreams did I think that this would be a bracelet that would stay on my wrist forever. And it's been on my wrist forever. The crosses, you could read the testimonials. Again, the size of this cross and the substance when you feel it. And stainless was my answer to my prayers, because when gold went up to $2,000, I was almost out of business at that point, because you couldn't make anything. Yeah, I could make some stuff in silver, but even that went up to almost $50, and it started to become price prohibitive also. So stainless gives me the opportunity to design pieces that look fabulous, feel fabulous, wear incredibly well, but yet it's a material that isn't a precious metal. So you've got awesome look, awesome feel, and yet it's affordable.
Authenticity that comes along with, whether you're buying both pieces, every single one of them will be stamped and numbered to see at the very bottom here. These are always customer picks, and I'm not surprised that we are not, my producer just said, boy, are we crazy busy right now. I said, but listen, we both said the same thing, and over those 20 years you've been bringing to us the Nativity Stone.
I never get tired of selling this.
But not this price.
Piece. Especially Easter is right around the corner, and Christmas. I just love selling these. I know the pleasure and how happy it's made people. You know, people say, when are you going to retire? And working with Dick Clark here the whole day, he said to me, he says, you know what? You're never going to retire, because when you love what you do, it's not work. And ultimately making pieces like this and making so many people happy, it's not work. It's a great place to be. So I thank you for being here and sharing this with us.
Oh, we thank you, and we certainly welcome you. Please, please shop Michael Anthony on hsn.com and read the wonderful reviews. What a special treat this has been. Yeah. Always wonderful working with you, my friend. And not really working. You're right. Hanging out.
April 10th. I think.
Marlowe's coming up next.